so this is Fragile by Sting. I'll play the intro for you first, and then we'll get into how to play it on the guitar. So here we go. Okay, so how do you play that? It's pretty simple. You just have your index finger as a small bar in 5th position on the B and E string. And I start off by playing the B string with my index finger, and then putting my ring finger in 7th position on the E string, and playing that one with my middle finger. Pull off, and then I play that again with my index finger or middle finger, whatever you prefer. You know, ring finger 7th position on the E string. So like this. Then you repeat that. And then you play that pull-off thing again. So you play ring finger 7th position, pull off, and play it again. So like this. This is the first time. And then you repeat it. And you play that just a couple of times before you go to what is actually the verse. And that goes like this. I mainly use my index finger, ring finger, and my thumb. And the thumb plays the basses, you know, whether it's the E string or A string, but it plays the basses. And my ring finger plays the B string, and my index finger plays the D string. The first one is with little finger and ring finger in 12th position. Little fingers on the B string, ring fingers on the D string, with open E string. Going to the same fingering, but then in 10th position. Going to another fingering which is middle finger in 8th position on the B string and ring finger in 9th position on the D string. And how do you play that? It's pretty easy. You start off with playing your fingers and the thumb, you know, the bass, together. Then you play 2 basses, followed immediately by the fingering in 10th position. So like this, 3, 4, and. After that, you get that other fingering with middle finger in 8th position and ring finger in 9th. There you play chord, bass, chord. So like this. So those 3 after another, 3, 4, and. And this is immediately followed by chord, bass, chord in 12th position again, that fingering. Like this. So, the first bar should sound like this. 3, 4, and. Now the next bar starts off with that chord with middle finger in 8th position and ring finger in 9th. That's our middle finger is on the B string, ring finger is on the D string. That's the first chord. Second chord is 7th position, middle finger, B string, index finger, 7th position, D string. And then the same chord form, but then in 5th position. Now the bass for this chord is played on the last offbeat of the previous bar. So like this, 3, 4, like that. So you play bass chord. So like this, 3, 4. Then you get pretty much the same rhythm as in the previous bar. So you get 2 basses followed by chord. The chord in 7th position, of course. Then you get 5th position, chord, bass, chord. And then again, that one in 8th position, chord, bass, chord. So together that should be like this, 3, 4, and again, 3, 4. Then in the next bar, we have our index finger as a bar in 7th position. And like the previous bar, you play the bass for this chord on the last offbeat of the previous bar. So like this, 3, 4. Yeah? Now the chords that are played here, or fingerings I should say maybe, are these. So index finger stays as a bar, then middle finger on 7th position, of course. Middle finger is in 8th position on the B string. Ring finger is on 9th position on the D string. Then just only the bar, and you play with index finger and ring finger still just the B string and the D string. Going to ring finger in 9th position on the G string and little finger on 10th position on the A string. And of course, ring finger plays then the G string and index finger plays the A string. To middle finger, 8th position on the G string and ring finger 9th position on the A string. Now, how do you play that? Like I said, the bass for this chord starts in the last offbeat of the previous bar. So, should be like this, 3, 4. So the configuration of this, the rhythm for this chord is exactly the same as the previous 2 bar. So we have bass chords, bass, bass, chord, chord, bass, chord, chord, bass, chord. Then we go to the next bar, and also here the bass for this bar is played in the previous bar, so on the last offbeat, and the rhythms are again the same. But let's go through the fingerings first. It should be this. So index finger and middle finger in 7th position on the B string and D string. Then you get 2 basses. Then you play the same fingering in 5th position. Then you play middle finger in 8th position on the B string and ring finger in 9th position on the D string. There you play chord, bass, chord. And then to that very first fingering that we played, index finger 12th position on the B string, ring finger 12th position on the D string, and there you also play chord, bass, chord. So that part should sound like this. 3, 4. Again, 3, 4. Then when we start, then actually you play the whole thing all over again with one exception. Instead of playing that first chord with the bass also on the first beat, like this, you play it like the previous 3 bars in the previous bar on the last off beat. So like this. So like bass chord, and the chord is on the first beat. So like this, 3, 4. And then we get a change, and that is that when we come to that 8th and final bar, we play this one. So 7th position with middle finger and index finger on B string and D string. Then going to middle finger 8th position on the B string and ring finger 9th position on the D string. And then you play them. Going to 5th position, middle finger B string, index finger D string. And with the basses, it will be like bass chord, bass, bass chord, chord, bass. So like this, 3, 4. So the last 4 bars of the verse should be like this, 3, 4. And that is the verse for Fragile.